Have to introduce us to your little companion there. And where are you? Looks like you're at a diner of some description.
I'm at let me see if I can get a good picture of her. I'm at a boba shop, and whether I'm cutting weight, I'm in the hospital, it doesn't matter. My wife has to get boba, so we're just stop before we get some food, or they get some food.
Hey, Beneil, obviously you've got the little baby with you and you look, 100%. You're super happy. Was there a massive change with you and having your first child? Because I myself am about to expect a child of my own, my firstborn. So was there a massive change in your mentality, or was it just it comes and it doesn't really do too much in terms of fighting?
In terms of fighting, it's not too difficult. My wife really steps up and does what she needs to do. But I will say this: if you want to be a great dad, you're going to have to become more disciplined. Which is, for men, it's a great thing to be more disciplined. So that's what I would say. And this is my number 2 right here. My number 1 is over there eating and drinking boba.
Yeah. So you've already had the 2 now. Is it going to be a 3rd?
Oh, yes. So let's just say
So you're going to be triple disciplined then for this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to start a football team. Is what I'm not American football, European football.
Well, I'll tell you what. If there's one thing this bloke needs a bit more of, it's discipline. But that's a story for another day. Beneil, you go into this fight having not lost in 5 years. Charles Oliveira is coming off a loss. Do you feel like that plays a big factor heading into this one?
I don't know. Charles is such a, I don't want to say like a mental case, but he's definitely more on the chaotic side. You just don't know what you're going to get with him. So I'm just going to be ready for what I think is the best version of Charles. I'm ready for the Charles that's very offensive, but at the same time does a better job with his defense. And that's the kind of Charles I'm preparing for.
You mentioned that he is chaotic. Do you feel as though he's a bit clumsy at times? Do you feel like that's something that you can capitalize on, Beneil?
I don't think he's clumsy. I think he just doesn't care so much about defense when he gets that tunnel vision. He wants to do what he wants to do, and he doesn't care what I'm going to do in return. So that's why you see him get dropped sometimes. That's why you see him in trouble. And typically his jiu-jitsu is what saves him.
Beneil, do you think that defense that you're talking about, he sort of throws it out the window and just always looks for the finish, and that's what kind of makes him dangerous but also susceptible to being finished himself? And do you think him going through all those wars sort of has taken a toll on him?
So that's the thing I can contemplate in my head, but I try not to. I try to think he doesn't have any. I don't. If anything, the wars have made him better. Is the way I look at it. That's the way I approach it. Because if I start thinking to myself, "Oh, this guy's been too many wars," and if I touch his chin, he's gonna go down. Then what happens when he doesn't? I hit him a couple of times, and he just stays standing, and he keeps going, and he does what he does. So I don't want to get into that mindset. The best Charles I can face is in front of me.
Well, Beneil, I can only imagine that a title shot is what awaits the winner of this fight. Now, I wanted to ask for your opinion on the current champion, Islam Makhachev, and also our very own Alex Volkanovski, who fought for the title in February.
I love that fight. It was a great fight. I had Makhachev winning the fight, but it was really close. Here's the thing. You could make a case for a draw. If you make the last round a 10-8 round, it could be a draw, but overall I had Makhachev winning the fight, and an absolutely great fight. I got to see a lot of things that I believe there were not holes, but things that I could take advantage of in Makhachev's game. And then I saw a lot of things in Volkanovski's game that I hadn't seen before, which was great for me.
Well, those fights I can picture would be tremendous on the ground. You've got such high-level acumen on the ground. You are, as we mentioned a little earlier in the show, a no-gi world champion, also a jiu-jitsu black belt. Do you feel confident against all three fighters that I mentioned, Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, and also Volkanovski on the ground?
Yeah. Grappling-wise, like Charles is very aggressive with jiu-jitsu and submissions, but I think overall grappling, in a grappling match, I think I beat him like 9 out of 10 times. Makhachev, similar because he's not. I know he knows jiu-jitsu, but it's all. He's more fundamentals. He's actually the opposite of Charles, and so there's things that I could take advantage of. And then I think with Volkanovski, he would be great at scrambling and things like that, but scrambling can't win you fights if you are not capitalizing on the scramble. So I think those are things I could take advantage of with all the guys.
If you had to pick in a perfect world, would you rather fight Makhachev? I know we're not looking over Charles, but would you prefer to fight Makhachev or Volkanovski if either of them had the belt?
So, I would say Makhachev, because when we had the last press conference for the last fight, someone asked me like, who do I want to fight, and all the men were sitting there. I had Gamrot in front of me, I had Makhachev and Charles, and I said I want to fight all of them. So it looks like that's what's going to happen. I fought Gamrot. Next is Charles. Lord willing, I win. Then I get to go fight Makhachev. I get all 4 of them, and then we can talk about Volkanovski. But Volkanovski's got to do something too. He's got to defend his title, and then I think he should have to fight in the lightweight division. He doesn't just get an automatic title shot.
I mean, if you are a champion and he moves up, I imagine the champion will fight the champion. But either way, that fight would be so entertaining to see. Beneil Dariush, thank you so much for your time on Fox Sports Australia. We can't wait to see you this weekend.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the time. Yeah, he had one chance. So that's why I would say he would have to get one fight in the lightweight division. But if they say offer that fight, I would love to fight him. I think he's an amazing fighter. It would be a great opportunity as well.
All class. Beneil Dariush, thanks for your time.
Legend. Thank you.
Take care.
Beneil Dariush.